She is already kneeling when Poseidon walks in. That is the first thing they left out of the version, you know. Medusa is not yet a monster. She is a priestess, one of Athena's own, kneeling in Athena's own temple when the god of the sea decides she belongs to him. She cannot fight back. She cannot leave. She is in the most sacred place she knows. And if you think that matters to a god, watch what happens next. Athena watches. And when it is over, Athena acts. She does not punish Poseidon. She punishes Medusa. If you have ever wondered how a goddess of wisdom ends up on the wrong side of a crime scene, this is the story that answers it. Today you are going to hear every curse Athena ever gave, 4 of them, in order, and by the end, you will understand something about power that the Greeks encoded in these myths and hoped you would eventually notice. But here's what most people miss: somewhere in these 4 curses is one that Athena wanted so badly she walked to her oldest enemy and asked for help. The most brilliant strategist on Olympus could not finish the job alone. We will get there. The Medusa transformation is described in the Metamorphoses of Ovid, written in the 1st century, as a punishment for desecrating Athena's temple. Not for what was done to Medusa. For where it was done. You read that correctly. The goddess of wisdom looked at a crime committed inside her own house and chose to punish the woman who survived it. The god who committed it sailed home without a troubled dream. You already feel what is wrong with this. You knew it before you could name it. This is not a story about justice. This is not a story about wisdom. This is a story about what a god considers sacred, and what it will sacrifice to protect it. Stay with me. The second curse arrives on the loom. Arachne is a mortal weaver from Lydia, in what is now western Turkey, and she is very good at what she does. So good that the people who watch her work start saying she must have learned from Athena herself. You know the type. You have met this version of the story in every century since. The person too excellent to be credited, Arachne says she learned from no one. She says she could beat the goddess. Athena hears this and comes down. She arrives disguised as an old woman, you would not recognize her, and offers Arachne one chance to apologize. Arachne looks at the old woman and says no. They compete. The tapestry is perfect. Athena stands in front of it, and you can feel the pause in every version of this story, and destroys it. She strikes Arachne across the face with a weaving shuttle. Arachne tries to hang herself. Athena transforms her before she dies, not into something free, not into something honored, but into something that spins and spins forever in the dark, making webs that nobody will call art. The Greeks had a word for what Arachne committed: hubris. Not pride exactly, but the specific defiance that assumes a mortal can stand level with a god. Athena did not curse Arachne for being wrong. She cursed her for being right, and for making you look at it. And this is where it gets strange. The third name on this list is Tiresias. And if you think you know how Athena's curses work by now, Tiresias is going to complicate everything. You are about to meet the only accidental curse in this entire list. Tiresias is a young man walking in the mountains when he comes upon Athena bathing. He sees her. Every classical source agrees, this was an accident. He was not spying. He stumbled into the wrong clearing at the wrong moment. His mother, Chariclo, is one of Athena's closest companions. You should know that, because it matters. Chariclo pleads on her son's behalf. She asks, why punish a man for an accident? Athena cannot reverse what she has done. Divine sight, once removed, does not return. But she gives Tiresias something in exchange: the ability to understand the speech of birds, the gift of prophecy that would follow him for 7 generations. He goes on to advise Oedipus. He advises Creon. He outlives almost everyone who refuses to listen to him. The curse that broke him made him the most necessary man in Greece. But here is what you should not miss, even in the one case where Athena was caught off guard, even when she was the one surprised, the reflex was punishment first, question second. The accident did not matter. The intent did not matter. What mattered was that her eyes had been seen. Now watch what happens when the violation is not an accident. The year is the final night of Troy. The city is burning. Ajax the Lesser, not the famous one, the other one, the one you will not find in statues, drags Cassandra out of Athena's temple. Cassandra, the prophetess, Apollo's cursed woman, the one who told the Trojans exactly what was coming and was not believed. She has fled to Athena's statue. She is holding it. She is asking for sanctuary in the same kind of place where Medusa once knelt. Ajax takes her anyway. The Greek commanders watch. Not one of them stops him. These are men Athena has protected for 10 years, men she guided through storms, through battles, through divine interference from every direction. Not one of them says a word. Athena leaves and goes to Olympus. She goes to Zeus first, and you need to understand what this means. She is asking her own father to turn the storm against his victorious army. Zeus agrees. Then she goes to Poseidon. Her rival. The god who fought her for the soul of Athens. Her oldest enemy. She asks him for the same thing. Poseidon agrees. The fleet that Athena guided to Troy sails into the worst storm the Aegean has ever seen. Ajax's ship is struck by lightning. He swims to a rock. He lifts his fist at the sky and shouts that he survived despite the gods. Poseidon splits the rock in half and drops him into the water. Here is the open loop resolved. The most powerful strategic mind on Olympus, the goddess who won wars before breakfast, could not punish one mortal without assembling a coalition. Not because she was weak. Because what Ajax did was witnessed, and justice, even divine justice, seems to require that someone else agree it happened. And here is the second revelation, the one that rewrites everything you just heard. Every single curse Athena gave was triggered by harm to something that belonged to her. Her temple desecrated. Her craft publicly challenged. Her gaze violated. Her sanctuary used as a hunting ground. In 3,000 years of Greek mythology, you will not find a single story where Athena cursed someone for cruelty to another human being. Not one tyrant punished for oppression. Not one conqueror punished for conquest. The curse map traces exactly the property line, and nothing beyond it. Which means you have been reading these curses wrong. You thought they were punishments. They are property protections. In 2018, Madeline Miller published a novel that gave Medusa something back. And if you have been paying attention for the last decade, you have seen what followed, the reclamation, the symbol, the monster recast as the truth teller. The image is 3,000 years old and it is still being contested because the pattern it describes is not ancient. You have seen this pattern. You are living inside it. Power does not punish what threatens other people. It punishes what threatens itself. That is the one thing all four of Athena's curses agree on. Athena never lost a battle. She won every war she entered. But every curse she left us is a monument to someone who got in the way of something sacred, and paid for it without ever choosing to be there. Which of the four curses do you think was the most unjust? Tell me below.